Peasant Productions presents the Math of ESP, why it works even if you don't believe in it. I've been discussing the idea of improper imaging, how you are fed an awful lot of false and fake news by your media, by your churches, by your schools, by your corporations that want you to buy, by your governments that want you to buy so they can collect taxes and get paid for sitting around and yelling at each other, not really accomplishing much of anything, except destroying your planet, you know. In order to have a proper image to do something, you obviously have to stop and think about it. Again, this is why you are told not to think. You are told to react. You are given 10-second memes. You are told not to use words, but to use WTF, what the freak, instead of actually the words, or LOL, laughing out loud. Stuff like this. They want you to stop thinking. Okay, well, meditation was very frowned upon when it first came over from the Eastern culture. I'll put it, not eastern part of the world, because if you lived in Western United States, it was actually west of you to go to China and East Asia and all of that. So quite amusing. The problem with meditation coming over was that it literally taught you to stop and think about stuff, stop and think about what you're doing. And then the psychiatry department got a hold of it, and they realized that if they told people it was all wrong and it wasn't correct, there would be an issue. But if they told people, well, it doesn't really do anything for you, there wouldn't be an issue. So they changed their image to sell you a different way of doing it. If we go back to the original Star Trek thing, the replicator, okay, the computer code, you want a nice perfect apple, okay. If you are new to programming, there's an awful lot you're not going to remember about how to put that apple together. If you are Geordi, who is the god of replicator magic and holodeck magic, you obviously know how to put all the little bits and pieces of coding in there and doing all the bits and finite. Okay, this was one of the problems that happened with meditation when it came over. Meditation, of course, starts out with teaching you that it is it's a practice. You practice it every day, every chance you get, you practice it. It is not a instantaneous wham, there it is, it's done, we know it, we're doing it. Every frickin' day you practice your meditational ideas. You don't have to meditate the exact same thing every time. That becomes boredom. That becomes chocolate pudding for lunch, dinner, breakfast, every day for the next 20 million years. That's what the Christian heaven is, okay? The Catholic heaven is, the Muslim heaven. Even the Norse idea of Valhalla is that you're going to a place where everybody sits around and drinks and swears and parties and has a good old time for the rest of eternity. Nothing changes. Imagine having a 2-month-old child that for the next million years you're changing his diapers every day. That's quite false. Okay, you are not doing the same thing every day, but you are taking that image of an apple, and every day you are trying to think of holding that image better in your mind, of putting more into what that apple has. You might put little dots, freckles on it, of where the the breathing holes of the skin of the apple, and then after it's been picked, they start hardening up, or after it's been hanging on the tree for a long time, you get little rough spots, kind of like an old person getting scaly skin. So you are perfecting this step and perfecting this topic, okay? So if you want to create a miracle, okay, yes, if you have Aunt Betty with cancer and she's just been told that she's only got a couple of months to live, obviously you need to work on as complete an idea of a miracle as possible from the get-go, okay? If you are working on something where, okay, I'll pick on my life for a minute. I am a artist. I am a whistleblower. I am a person that, because I'm extremely intelligent and I am quite gifted in the creative abilities, and I am able to see far enough forward into any type of enterprise business, I can see where it's going, and I can create the evolution of the next phase of what is going to happen, and I can build inventions, products, advertising, whatever needs to be done in perspective to that. One, I get laughed at a lot because other people are still stuck somewhere in the back there. The newspaper publisher in 1988 laughed their butts off. 130 people in the room in a big company-wide meeting about the problems and issues and directions of the newspapers. And I stand up there and say, hey, there's a thing called the internet, and you might want to consider using it and learning how to use it and developing it. Oh, the internet, it's a piece of trash. It'll never be anything. It'll never ever amount to anything. It'll be dead in another year or two. 5 years later, I'm in there installing, teaching computer graphics, teaching how to use computers, teaching how to teach computers, teaching how to use the internet for communications, how to use it for finding data. I mean, it took them 5 years to catch up with me. That's the story of my life, okay? Because of that, I don't get paid a lot of money. So for me, I have to change an image that at this point in time is very old about being the starving artist. Now, granted, I can just go bink and it's all new, and maybe I'll be successful, but chances are a lot higher that I won't be, even as much as I know and as much as meditation as I've done, because I'm just thinking this instant click and then all of a sudden it's going to turn on. No, I have to build every level of how, yes, a starving artist really can go out and make money. There are lots of artists in the world who are not starving. They do not necessarily have to be movie screen actors and actresses. They don't have to be, the top 10 selling song of the year type of a person, stuff like that. But there is this whole process of changing my image to the idea that it is okay to make money because I'm spiritual, and you get hammered with, if you're spiritual, you can't make money. Money is not evil. Do I have money? Yeah, I even have some money on me here. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Here we go. Mexican money. See how pretty it is? Okay. This is paper, plastic, ink, little tiny bit of metal and stuff in there. Technically it's inanimate. It doesn't have a soul. It doesn't create anything evil. It doesn't put out any horrible energy. It doesn't do anything mean. It just simply is pieces of paper. It's not evil. The action of being greedy, that's evil. The actions of coveting what somebody else has, which again is based on the idea of greed. It's also a part of ego. Things of that sort. That's what's evil about money. It doesn't matter whether it's electronic money, paper money, metal money, American money, Jewish money, Japanese, Chinese, Mexican, you name it. Okay. If you are greedy about whatever currency is, seashells are going to be just as easy to kill for as pieces of gold. Okay. But the gold doesn't cause you to kill. The seashell doesn't cause you to kill. And, these pieces of paper don't cause you to kill. So they're not actually evil. Okay? So again, you have to change your whole philosophy of thinking. And you don't. Oh, money is the root of all evil. I was hearing that in high school 40 some years ago. Okay? You hear it so much that you're inbred. Now, what does the government do? It collects money. Is the government evil? More technically, yeah. But, think about it. The government can be for good. The government can do wonderful things. The government can help people. The government can save people. The government doesn't have to go out and kill people. It can be out there running around, instead of dropping bombs, it could be dropping food packets. Okay? But, no, it's the other way around. You are taught that it's fearful and evil, just like you are taught not to go to your gods, but to go to your priests. Okay? So that's why I say you start with that apple, and you're trying to envision it, and you see it, or you start with your miracle, you see a little piece of it, and you're slowly adjusting it. So it's over a period of years that I have been redefining the image in my head about it being okay for me to have money, being okay for me to make money, being okay for me to do stuff. Now, granted, I can't spend as much time focusing on that as I would like to, because sometimes I have to run for my life because I'm a whistleblower, and there's governments who want to shoot me and kill me and hide me away and bury me in a hole and cut my head off, and who knows what dirty, dastardly deeds they have up their sleeve. But the last thing they want anyone to do is realize that I talk the truth. The last thing any of these churches want people to do is realize that I talk the truth. Okay? Just as you can't give any of that gold to the spiritual realm because nothing is physical up there. There is no male, there is no female in the spiritual realm. If you go talk to an entity up there, it is neutral. 100% neutral. It does not care if it has to step down and be, in a physical body as a male, a female, a hermaphrodite, a lesbian, a homosexual gay, faggot gay, an asexual amoeba. So what? It's simply a process of what it goes through as it learns, as it processes through all this stuff. Your whole male-female concept is very strictly to this planet until you start traveling beyond this planet. You don't know that there's a male and a female on any other planet anywhere for any reason. Okay? So redefining starts simple. Ancient Taoist, ancient Taoist saying, okay? The first step is the beginning of any journey. Keeping yourself walking is how you get to the end. Okay? If you want to create a cancer-free situation, you slowly build the idea that it's cancer-free. And you see your friend as being cancer-free. You also do not do what Catholic and Christian churches especially do, but most all of your churches will do this. Jews and Muslims do it too. That can't be a miracle because we don't authorize that kind of behavior. No. You are asking for a miracle. The spiritual realm is allowed to use anything it wants to perform your miracle. Therefore, providing you with a doctor, a miracle drug, or poof, zap, lightning strikes and there's no more cancer in that person's body. Those are all miracles allowed by the spiritual realm, folks. Don't set any rules. Okay? Open yourself up to the understanding that you want a miracle, and then you can have one.